Hello, hello, it's Wessel here, and thanks for joining me as I continue on my adventures in SnowRunner on hard mode. Today we're at day 48 here in the Glades. We are very close to the end now. We've pretty much only got 2 tasks in Harvest Corp left to go, which is out in the field and grocery run. And we've got 1 contract for this thing that we're on right now, the wind turbine. But I'm thinking, will I do this one? What I might do is I might start this one. Yeah, I'm going to start this one because this will take me a couple of days. Let's just get things going. So we have to take this huge big wind turbine blade. We have to take it all the way out to Harvest Corp. Now, I'm sort of in 2 minds as to how I want to do this. I could just keep going at it and do it in one go, but that'll probably then leave us with a whole bunch of my least favourite tasks, farming, to do one after the other, after the other, after the other, which is fairly boring. So what I might do is bring this guy up. At least we'll get going. Only I could crash into the tree going at 1 mile an hour. So I'm going to follow the train line back because that's pretty good on the whole. It gives me a pretty good run. Now I know already that yes, I'm going to have to jump off the train line to get around the train there, but we might do that here. Get up and over. That's it. Get some more wheels on the other side. That's better. Got caught on the feet? Yeah, it's got caught on the feet. Okay. Let's see if we can get over that. And we'll be able to... That's alright, we'll have another one. So we're just not able to get any grip here. Now we're probably caught the other one. It's proving to be a lot more annoying than I thought. Oh dear. They're not going anywhere at the moment. I think that's because we've got one leg caught on one line and one leg caught on another line. That could be annoying, couldn't it? Alright, let's see if we can just go backwards. Oh, I'm not going to be able to go backwards either. Right, get off. Thank you. Now, problem is here, even when I reconnect, we might still be in trouble. So it might well be that we can't actually go across the train line here. Let's shut that. Right. So seeing that fun and games I had just then with the legs going everywhere, I don't think we're going to be able to cross the train line. Not at any angle. So we'll come over, get on the other side, and stay on this side for a bit. Because it is hard getting across this line. You can see even without the trailer we have trouble. So it may well be that I do better to take it right the way back to the road crossing, rather than being here on the rails, because it looks like it's just not going to work. impossible to drive this truck on these rails. They just will not go where you want it to. Look at that, it's already thrown it way further in. Gets to a point then it starts to slide along the rails like that. No, still too far behind. That's aimed to miss. That's better. Make any effort to cross the rail on there. Just go slowly all the way along this side of the train. Slowly being out pretty well. We might find a spot where we can get past further along, where it's not quite so steep. So I'm just worried that the feet are going to get caught again, but we'll see. This does seem a bit better here. Go along the line a bit. Come off the other side. That worked better. We'll run alongside the train line, I think, rather than being on it for a bit. Surprise too. Assuming the feet have got caught on that little bit there. Don't know why we're having quite so much trouble there. Pull it along a bit here. So actually, I don't know if I can get up and on there now. I wasn't actually going to come up onto the train line, but after that little episode, alright, let's see if we can stay up here. It's slow, but at least it's flat. So we won't catch the trailer's feet on anything while we're up here. Like it's pretty much on. I'm going to head round and into not Heartlands, to the other one. I can't remember what it's called now. Starts with I. I can't think what it's called. Industry Town. Is that right? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to head up through that one directly, not through Heartlands. because I want to refuel at the free fuel stop, and it's possibly a slightly easier run up through that map compared to Heartlands. I think what I'll do is I'll literally get to the gateway, and then we'll switch over to the farming equipment, and we'll do a bit of farming. Just so I can mix it up a bit. So running down the train line with the Tatra Force seems pretty good actually. Its wheel base is about right for the train tracks. You don't feel like you're skating on top too much. So we've still got almost half our tank full of fuel, plus we've got the fuel on top of our roof, so I'm pretty comfortable for fuel. We'll keep going straight through here, but I will actually have a look at the map as we go, because I think I've got to turn off at some stage. Oh, not for a little while yet. Okay, so we'll turn off. We'll actually probably turn off somewhere about here, down this road, and then through, because that works pretty well. Otherwise I could keep going right through to about here somewhere, but I think turning off at that next road works pretty well. Just trying to get ourselves going a bit. Travelling on the train line, yes, we are a bit slower. You just can't get the acceleration that you can on a road, but we know it's flat, so the feet won't catch. Whereas if we were travelling along the grass, okay, now we're getting a real good one. Yeah, if we were travelling along on the grass, we might be able to get a bit more pace, but guarantee that those feet would catch on little bumps and rises all over the place. Again, we'll sort of travel half on, half off the train tracks, and then we're going to hop off here. Now I might actually go past and then just run off onto the left there, because I think it's going to be a bit hard to get off with all that boom gates and everything on the way. So I'm now trying to get off to the left, but of course just one grip. There we go now, finally. It won't go and then it goes with a rush. That's the nature of these things. Now the trick here is going to be trying not to get the feet dug into the dirt too much. So I'm trying to come up with quite an angle, not going up very straight. Nice and angled, that's pretty good. We should be pretty right to just push on through here. I think we'll go through, yeah. We'll go through that gap there. Job of bringing our blade through the fields. That's the road here, so we'll try join that fairly loosely. Again, straight away, as soon as we try and do anything, we get caught on dirt as we come. That's alright, it's just really muddy. I'm going to cross country this bit, I think. A little bit bumpy here, not to worry, might be okay. There's that tree. Down. I'm not going to refuel on the way here, although I could. I'm not going, well, let's be getting caught in that pole, so I haven't gone wide enough. I'm just trying to get myself back wider. So much trouble here, but sometimes these trailers do have a mind of their own. Don't like any of this. This looks far too bumpy. We're going to have trouble here. Try and get back onto the road now, I think. So I just feel like we've got too many bumps for those feet to catch on. There we are. That's not what I want. Just use the wow. So that gets us around a little further, but not enough to miss that. Super wide. That's not too bad. Should be able to make it up here and get to go. Alright, so I'm going to stop there. There's not a lot of point going through into Institute. Instead, we're going to hop back, or over, sorry, to Heartlands, and we're going to go to the Kirovets K7M and do a little bit of farming. So we know we've got the farming to do to be able to take 8 loads of potatoes through to the airport for the bulk loading task. So we know there's 2 loads of potatoes in Crossroads that I did earlier. So I have to make another 6 loads of potatoes here. So let's get stuck in and do the first ones. But that's the cultivator, that's the one I want to start with. worried about this because that's quite an angle, but it's okay. Now here, in order for this to work, I think I actually have to activate the task, and the task is called out in the field over here, this one. So let's stop that engine, change trucks. No, probably not that truck. Let's get in the Taker. Detach. And then just quickly run over. Out in the field. So we'll accept that. Now it's ready to cultivate. Anybody? So we'll get back into our tractor. Fire it up. Now we should be right, because we've got the cultivator on. It should open up and start cultivating. There we go. So we're going to have to do this 3 times. I'm not sure actually whether this field is bigger or smaller. No, that's just awful. Yeah, not sure if this field is bigger or smaller than the ones back in Crossroads. I get the feeling it's bigger. So if I was really worried about being organised and getting it done logistically the best I could, I would have done better to have simply done the fields back in Crossroads 8 times and just had the potatoes there. But I didn't look far enough ahead when I was doing this to realise that there was a nasty task right towards the end where you've just got to do 100,000 stupid farming tasks. So we'll just stick around this a few times. I will eventually actually start cultivating. It's better. Oh, no, it's not. So this is going to be more of the same for quite a little while now. Unfortunately, I can't do much about it. It is what it is. The game wants you to do a whole lot of farming. I'm sure Farm Simulator is nothing like this, because if it was, boy oh boy, that would be a rubbish game. Now we do also have one field that we're going to have to cultivate and seed and harvest in Harvest Corp map. But I'm going to do this one 3 times before I head over there. Because obviously moving the farming equipment around is quite a painful logistic exercise. Where are we at? 80%, really. Impossible to drive a straight line. I don't know if it's this field or this tractor. But, either way, don't really matter. Only 4%, so we're getting pretty close now. Oh, we didn't quite get it. It's alright, we will get it the next time around. So that's cultivated. So now we'll have to seed. Come back and refuel while we're over here. Right, so now we'll get our cedar, which is the blue one. Let's do some seeding. Yes, if I knew a quick way to do this, believe me, I'd be doing it. that time. Back into our field. Almost halfway through the seeding. Should be pretty close to the same line as that. Through better. Around and around we go. I think what I might do, for the sake of my sanity, is once I've finished this set of seeding, cultivating, seeding and harvesting, we'll then hop over and get in the Voron, which is currently in the garage. We'll take it down to Crossroads and pick up the other 2 potatoes that are currently sitting in the farm warehouse down there, and bring those up here as well. And then I might save you the pain of watching me do this 2 more times. I'll do that offline, because honestly this is fairly mundane. There's nothing much that happens, is there? You're not going to tip over. There's not much. I mean, there's skill required to be able to drive in a straight line, which obviously I haven't mastered. But other than that, there's not much to this. It's just driving round and round and round. So I don't think that makes for the best video content. What are we at? 84%. Just trying to get myself ready to line up the next run down the other side. Yes, I don't know whose idea it was in the devs, but I thought this was good fun. yes, it's a change and it's something different, so that's good, but the implementation where you then have to do basically just a whole lot of driving around and around in circles, yeah, not really great for the gameplay aspect. Particularly in something like this that just doesn't like turning around. Here we are, 92%. Let's just go straight across and do a bit of a figure eight. Come back down that side. We are now 95. I can't say I don't like the big tractor. It's a good big tractor, but it's just the fact that you're just doing the same thing. This is worse than long logs. You're doing the same thing again and again and again. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm bored now. There's only so much enjoyment to be had from driving up and down a field. So that has now done the harvesting, seeding. Put this guy back pretty much where we found him. Now harvest our crop. almost halfway through. Getting along a bit. Harvesting definitely seems quicker than seeding and cultivating, which is probably true. So almost there. Have a whole lot of potatoes. Hooray! Right, so that puts those potatoes into the farm warehouse. So if we have a look on the map, we should find the farm warehouse. There has now got 2 potatoes in it. Hooray! So, let's hop over to the village garage. Oh, it's not. Oh, it must be outside. Let's find that Voron. The Voron is outside. Yep, okay. So, we will detach that trailer. We will refuel. We'll go into here. We're going to repair the truck because it's in a bit of a bad way. We're going to customise it and give it its traditional sideboard bed and crane as per normal. We're then going to head out of the garage and head down to Crossroads, where we will actually I should just check on the map, make sure I'm doing everything as I should be. Stop there. So yeah, we're going to go down, straight down to the Crossroads, and then once we're there, we'll head through and pick up those potatoes. So this should be pretty easy and a bit more fun than driving round and round in circles. there's not a huge amount left. I mean, these tasks that we're sort of doing now are long run, long duration. These two contracts, the trip to bring the wind turbine blade up is fairly slow, and obviously the farming is also inordinately slow, but can't be helped. So we'll travel back through to the Crossroads, which is where the Tatra Force is, and we'll head down, pick up the potatoes from the farm warehouse around the middle of the map. I might yes, just quickly check where I'm heading. So basically down the main road, and I'm actually heading to the farm warehouse, which I don't know where it is. So let's just find it. Where's the farm warehouse? Oh, all the way over here, right. Oh, so I might as well just head straight around the main road. Straight around the main road until I get to the service trailer. Easy peasy. Whoa, whoa, that was a little bit too keen, wasn't it? We've not been careful there, we could have tipped right over. Oh, we are slipping and sliding around like anything. And I'm happy I'm not going to refuel. We're going this way. But I will refuel coming back. I did toy with the idea of bringing back one of the tractors back into Crossroads so that it could do the farming tasks here. But I ended up deciding that I couldn't be bothered. We'll keep them up in Heartlands where they were. Oh, stop it! I think that's the problem with having mud tyres on Bitumen Road. Doesn't really like going straight ahead. Well, it's quite happy to slide along as it goes. Can't complain about going quick though. Maybe I'd be better off to shove it into high. Oh no, that's so slow. Look how slow it is. Who wants to go that slow? Maybe we can go with speed. Actually, I could have put the highway gearbox in. It would have been even better, because we're only going to be doing highway running. I didn't think of that. Yeah, it's probably putting highway gearbox in and maybe even highway tyres, although I think I do have to do a little bit of crossing rivers and that sort of thing, so yucky. Rightio, so we're nearly there. That's right, it's in there, isn't it? We'll pull up here and load up our 2 potatoes that we had made a while ago. For no good reason, other than that we got confused about what we were doing. Looks like there's potatoes down on the floor too, I don't know about that. I don't think I can pick them up. I think they're just sitting there. So that's 2 lots of potatoes. So that's a heck of a lot quicker than doing the working in the field and then seeding and then harvesting. So that'll be a lot quicker. So we're going to now take this lot and head on up to the Institute, where we'll be able to either hand them over to the Tager or generally have them there anyway, so I'll make up my mind how I'm going to deliver them later on, but for the purpose of the moment we'll have them up on their way. So we need to deliver 8 potatoes. And of course the Tager's capable of carrying 6 on its own with the ramp flatbed. I don't know if I want to overload it or just bring it back together too. We'll see. We could take this one in convoy and reach it along behind. I'll stop off and get a little bit of fuel on our way, just to make sure we're filled up. We do have the maintenance trailer, at the garage still, but I'm holding on to that because I want to use that to refuel all the trucks and cars and everything else that we bring back and store there. Speaking of which, I'm going to pick up the little Don 71 that's here and winch it along behind. Too close. Out there. Again, we will. Right. Keep its engine on so it doesn't run into the back of the Voron as we go. And we'll just drag him along. Take him back to the garage in the Heartlands. Through we go. So then we should be able to drop him off at the garage and then keep on going round to drop these 2 potatoes off with the, well, we might even just take them to the intersection at the moment. That'll be fine. starting to get pretty light, so I don't know that we'll get all the way around there. And then trip up to meet our friends at the top of the map. Well, we should be able to cross the river at any rate. So unfortunately we won't have achieved anything today in terms of completing anything, but at least we've made a dent in some of the things. Just turned his engine off and leave him there. I think we're going to be running out of time, unfortunately. And then of course we've got to take the tractor and all the farming equipment up into Harvest Court map, because we'll still have a couple of tasks to do up there, out in the field and grocery run. Now grocery run we could do, actually, grocery run we could do by basically doing an extra farming effort here to get the potatoes, because it doesn't care where you get your potatoes from, it just wants to drop off 2 potatoes, so we could do that. I think though we've pretty much run out of time for today, so I'm probably not even going to get across the river. We'll come up to the river crossing and then we'll stop. We can finish this little run off tomorrow. We might just pull up here. Yep, because that's pretty much our end of day. Stop engine. So yeah, a good enough day. We've got the big wind turbine blade up to the gateway into the institute, and we've done 1 load of potatoes here, plus I've now got a 2nd load, so that's 2 lots of potatoes. We need 4 lots for the bulk loading, plus 1 more for whatever that last task was called that I can't remember now. So that might well happen. Unbeknownst to you, I might just continue on there and just not video that day, and we'll pick up the next day having magically got a whole lot of potatoes. That's it for now though. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye bye.